SA Tourism's premier conferencing event, Meetings Africa 2023, is set to kick off soon. In its 17th year, this year focuses on ensuring solution providers in Africa's business event space get to meet, collaborate and keep Africa a desired destination for global and regional gatherings. But it's also an important opportunity to regroup following the destructive impact of COVID-19, which kept the world locked indoors and halted conferencing. Well, let's talk more about this with SA Tourism's Zinhle Nzama, the Acting Chief of Convention Bureau Officer. Good evening, Zinhle, and thanks for your time. Quite an important event to grow the business events industry. What have been some of the successes over the last 17 years?
Certainly. Good evening, Iman, and your viewers. It is great. It's such a great opportunity, actually, for the sector, the business event sector, for us to bring Meetings Africa back into Johannesburg. This event has been in existence for over 17 years. So we're quite excited with the changes that we're going to be bringing forward for the sector, the business event sector, as well as Africa as a continent.
I'm sure everyone's going to be interested to hear who's coming this year.
Certainly, we're quite excited. I think what is key to mention, just like you rightfully said, Imani, we are hosting this event post-COVID, meaning we are going back to our big numbers. So the event, firstly, you'll be seeing much growth as far as the numbers will be coming to the Sandton Convention Center, where the event will be hosted. And the event doesn't only focus on South Africa. It is an African Pan event. By that, I mean we also attract countries who come and exhibit their business events offerings at Sandton Convention Center. So you are talking about African exhibitors as well as global buyers. So these are buyers who have a potential to buy into African business offerings and invest into the country, but as well as the continent.
So it's a place where you get to meet face to face with the most influential buyers in the world, as you're saying, Zinhle. What are they buying and from whom?
Certainly. So how this matrix is done, think of an exhibition floor where you are able to sell whatever product. However, in the case of Meetings Africa, they are selling MICE products. So it's products that are related to meetings, it's products that are related to incentive, conventions, as well as exhibitions. So anything that is business events related, you talk about products that look at selling products that selling events related, showcasing, which includes your PCO. These are professional conference organizers who come in with their products and they're saying to the buyers, come to South Africa, let's help you, package a related conference experience for your clients. So it does become an offering that is MICE related, an offering that is business and niche related for people to come in and buy into.
So here's the challenge then, Zinhle, because we want to grow the sector following COVID-19. But, we live in South Africa and other places on the continent can echo similar challenges. We've got the added challenges of water and power restrictions. How do you sell our ability in the face of these obvious problems, which can ruin events?
It's our resilience. Let me tell you, Iman, the fact that in 2022, right at the height of COVID, we were able to host Meetings Africa. It says a lot about us as a sector, our resilience, but also knowing what the sector brings into the economy. So in spite of the challenges that we are facing as a country, in spite of the challenges that the continent and even the world is facing, our message is clear. We're saying we are coming together to find solutions together. So the purpose of Meetings Africa is really coming together and saying, what are the challenges? What are the hindrances for us to strive in this sector? So we cannot shy away from the challenges, but we are solution driven, and which is why we have decided to stage another edition of this nature.
All right. So in the context of solutions and solutioning around this, what are some of the solutions that these event planners, people who are creating, big marquee events, not only in our region but across the continent, to overcome them? Is this now an additional part of Meetings Africa?
Certainly, it forms part and parcel of Meetings Africa. What we are saying is that the world has a different narrative. we use Meetings Africa to really share our authentic experiences, but also the correct narrative, particularly in the business sector, where we are saying, if you come to Meetings Africa, what are the offerings that are there of quality that can still meet your expectations? So when we come together, it does become a showcase to the buyers, where we showcase our exceptionalism as a destination, where we showcase our exceptional product to these buyers. So it becomes a two-way street where there is an opportunity to come and you become part of this showcase, but also there's an opportunity for you to sell your product to these buyers so that it directly impacts our economy.
Yeah, I guess to sharpen the question then, Zinhle, what I'm really after is there are, issues around infrastructure, issues around electricity provision and other obstacles across territories, across the African continent. How do event planners, especially when you're inviting people from all over the world, what opportunities are there for them to really innovate, to make sure that despite the problems inherent in their environment, they're still able to pull off a successful event? But I'm going to put that to the side for just a moment and come really to Meetings Africa insofar as support for these smaller players. Sometimes on platforms like these are the big established corporate players that generally will get the lion's share of exposure and business. What room has been created in Meetings Africa 2023 to ensure that, some of the less visible, the less influential even, have this opportunity to meet with people that can really kind of help them scale?
Certainly. So we are very deliberate. So our planning as well as strategy around what we call our SMMEs has been very deliberate. By that I mean we have set a target where we will be having a certain number of SMMEs coming to this space, but also we train them to ensure that when they come to this space, they are not absorbed by the big companies that have been playing in the space. So we have a program which is deliberate, which is targeted at SMMEs, but also ensures that SMMEs are afforded an equal opportunity to showcase their products on the international stage. Yeah. So there is a program, and that program has actually been growing, and we are expecting the numbers to even grow further as the show is growing this year.
And our viewing public and those who are interested, even if you want to take part in the conference, go to Meetings Africa and have a look at the process of registration and what the requirements are. Zinhle Nzama, thank you for talking to us tonight. SA Tourism's Acting Chief of Convention Bureau Officer for Meetings Africa.